Evening, everybody. It's 5:53, and this is your closing comment for Wednesday, August 25th, and it is video number 911. So, I always remind you, please hit that subscribe and the like button, and we'll appreciate the support. Okay, so today was really kind of an interesting day because we had a mixture of overnight news from last night's earnings. Some of them followed through in a big way. Some of them followed through to the downside in a big way. So let's start with both Nordstrom, JWM, and Urban Outfitters, both of which beat, but there are problems. Growth at Nordstrom's was not particularly what was expected, and the Nordstrom rack numbers were not as good as expected, even though they beat, when stocks go up 20% in a month or 2 months coming into the earnings, very often that's actually a problem. So Nordstrom closed the day 31.14, down $6.67 or 17.6%. Same issue with Urban Outfitters, down 36.80 at 36.86, down 3.87 or 9.5%. Dick's Sporting Goods was a runaway. It had closed in the 114 area, up $2.60, and this morning it was trading 128, up 13 and change. It actually finished right around that level, 129.60, up 15.21 or 13.3%. Then today we had earnings from Salesforce, Box, and Williams-Sonoma. Williams-Sonoma was really outstanding. The stock had closed regular trading at $170.74, up $1.18, and after the numbers came out, it traded $199, up $30 from the close. The last on it is about 191, which is still up 21.44 or 13%. And I don't know what they are saying on the call, but it must be good because a lot of the information that was put out was somewhat disappointing. From the standpoint of inventories. Inventories up 12% while sales were up 30%. That eventually catches up to you. You don't have enough inventory to sell. But as I said, up 13%. Box was a beat top and bottom. It had closed 25.64. Down 23 cents, and had a range after the close of a low of 23.80, a high of 26.88, and the last there is 25.04. That's down 83 cents. So 60 cents from after the market and the 23 cents it was down before. Salesforce, great numbers also. Closed 260.85, up $1.19. Now, Salesforce has actually been on the move to the upside. In fact, it was the only one of my work from anywhere sector stocks that was up for the week last week. So it has moved up, and now we know why. The earnings were terrific. Stock, as I said, closed just under 261, traded up to 271. The last is 268.19, and that still is up 853 or 3.3%. And a big disappointment today, SAVA, symbol SAVA. This is a biotech, and there's some dispute about the data from their Alzheimer's testing, phase 2 trial with the FDA, and the stock had closed 117.38 yesterday, traded as low as 78.50 today, with a high of 96.63. The last right now is 80.56. down 37.28 or 32%. Never like when that happens. Tomorrow we have the second look at Q2 GDP, and because tomorrow is Thursday, it's claims day, both initial and continuing. Also, on the earnings front, we have J.M. Smucker, Abercrombie and Fitch, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, SAFM, which is Sanderson Farms. I don't know how Sanderson Farms could have anything meaningful to say since the company is being bought, so I don't think earnings will be an issue. After the close, we have Gap Stores, Dell, HP, Peloton, and another work from anywhere workday. So that's for tomorrow. The markets today were up. The Dow up 39, so nothing overwhelming, 1/10%. The Nasdaq calmed down a bit, up 2206, 1.15%. S&P up 996 or 0.22. The Russell up $8.36, 0.37. And the big winner today was the transports, up 0.7% at 102.57 gain. The chart on the screen is the oil, which had another higher high, higher low, and it closed just above the 20-day moving average. And as you can see, that 5-day has definitely turned up, and with even just some sideways action, it's going to go through the 20-day sometime in the next 3 or 4 days if it continues like this. But it's right into that resistance that I've been pointing out, and we'll see how that acts. Always a problem for me. I really liked the nat gas, was looking for a pullback. Unfortunately, the pullback happened overnight. Got all the way down here to, let's see, 388, I believe. 1 second. 387.70, and then this morning popped all the way back up to 402. It did come back to close up only 0.9 cents and pretty close to the low, so maybe we'll get another shot. I tried to buy the UNG calls today and canceled the order because if it reversed back to where I was looking for, which is down here around 385, at that point I didn't really think I wanted them. Okay, we had the gold down 17.5. I told you this morning about this, and yesterday and the day before, that we were getting into this area of a problem around 1805. We ran right up into that 200-day moving average, 1812 and change, and today lower high, lower low, down $17.50, right back into the support down here. And now we'll have to see on a weekly basis, since tomorrow's already Thursday, if we can close above 1778. I would call that constructive, considering that on Monday we were up $22. So we're still actually up on the week. I'd like to see some sideways action. Bitcoin was higher by about 500, and the dollar was down 7 cents, 92.83, down 0.07, and the bonds were down about 1 1/8 on the day. All right, folks, that's all I have for you tonight. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Have a good evening, and don't forget to